Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, 2 schools placed on lockdown in Cheney. Find out what forced students and staff to shelter in place.
Fall is almost here, but we still have a few days left of warm summer-like weather. I'll show you if our streak of sunny days will end soon in the First Alert forecast.
And Spokane's Clean Team is expanding their reach, where the team is heading to make things safer and more welcoming. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with that breaking news tonight. In Cheney, students and staff at Windsor Elementary and Westwood were rushed back inside and placed into lockdown because of reports of suspicious individuals in that area near the schools. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Jordan Smith, in for Derek Dice tonight. The sheriff's office confirming that the lockdown was triggered by 2 children playing with airsoft guns. This all happened after school was out. Parents were not able to pick up their kids until the lockdown was lifted.
Also breaking tonight, a Kootenai County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed 2 dogs in Post Falls this morning. The sheriff's office says the deputy was delivering court paperwork. The deputy did know about 2 aggressive dogs at the home, and when the homeowner opened the door, one of those dogs charged at him and bit his leg. Fearing for his safety, the deputy fired his gun. That's when the other dog became aggressive and the deputy fired his gun again. The deputy was taken to the hospital and treated for minor injuries. The case is now being investigated by the Post Falls Police Department. Well, the Downtown Spokane Partnership is taking its Clean Team to a new area of downtown to make it more welcoming for businesses and residents.
And DSP says there's plenty of demand for cleaning up graffiti and trash downtown. Derek Strom spoke with the CEO of the Downtown Spokane Partnership about what you can expect to see in the South Downtown area. Derek?
Jordan, Kirsten, the Clean Team works 7 days a week cleaning and pressure washing sidewalks as well as cleaning up graffiti. The Downtown Spokane Partnership hopes that expanding this program will help make South Downtown a safer, more welcoming place. Just a couple of hours after getting the call to clean up the sidewalk in front of the Fox Theater, a member of the Downtown Spokane Partnership's Clean Team is already there. The Clean Team has been working in the downtown area for the last 3 decades, but now it's got the funding to cover the South Downtown area as well. The DSP says it hasn't been able to send the Clean Team there in a long time.
You see a visible difference when you're in the downtown bid versus not, and so looking at how we partner with the city of Spokane to extend those services south will help to continue as we look at how we revitalize and restore downtown.
This new agreement's funded by $250,000 in ARPA funds from the Spokane City Council, and it'll run through February of 2025. In addition to cleaning up graffiti and garbage, DSP's Clean Team will be cleaning and sanitizing alleys, and they'll also be clearing sidewalks in the winter when it snows.
That foundation element is being clean, safe, and welcoming, and so we look at this as an opportunity to really restore and further enhance all of the areas of downtown.
Cameron says the city is already working on bringing a cleaning service to other areas of downtown. The city council also provided $65,000 in funding for DSP to find ways to address Spokane's housing crisis.
Where are the opportunities, not just the buildings that are ripe for conversion from office into residential, but really how can we comprehensively create more opportunities for people to live in downtown?
Now, the contract for those cleaning services will start on September 30th. Businesses and residents will be able to report any issues they see to 311. Live in downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thanks for that. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says to be on the lookout for a kidnapping scam. Investigators say that they've received multiple reports from parents saying that someone called them saying that they had taken their child and demanded payment for their safe return. Investigators quickly managed to debunk these claims. The Sheriff's Office says scammers will try to scare and pressure you into paying the ransom with gift cards or by wire transfer, which, once paid, you can never get back. So to avoid becoming a victim of this scam, look for these warning signs. Calls don't come from the child's phone. Callers try to keep you on the phone and prevent you from calling or finding the, quote, kidnapped victim. Ransom money is only accepted through wire transfer or gift cards.
Let's take a live look now at One Spokane Stadium, where Lake City girls soccer team is going to be taking on Lewis and Clark High School in just about 30 minutes. There's still some people out there on the field, though. We saw a game happening during our 5 p.m. newscast.
And Chris, I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather tonight for that game.
It is absolutely gorgeous. And here's another live view. I just want to show you the sunset that is happening. Boy, not a cloud in the sky. This is a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, just looking the other direction. Sunset tonight, it's coming right up. 6:55 now in the 6 o'clock hour. Temperatures around the region are still in the 70s in many locations. It is 67 in Pullman, 81 degrees in Omak, but it's 75 in Spokane, 72 in Coeur d'Alene, and 72 degrees in Sandpoint presently. We will be cooling down into the 60s, but not until 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, still 60 degrees. So if you are heading out for an evening dog walk, you might not even need to bother with a sweater. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Meanwhile, it is going to be gorgeous for the next several days. Sunny and in the 70s. Breezy in the afternoons, the next couple of afternoons. Wind gusts picking up to 25 miles per hour. Fall officially begins on Sunday, and that's when we kick off our next warming trend. I'll let you know how warm it is going to get in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks for that. In our For the People coverage tonight, right now the Washington gubernatorial candidates Bob Ferguson and Dave Reichert are going head-to-head inside of the Fox Theater. It's the second of 2 debates taking place this month. During their last meeting, they went back and forth on key issues like the homeless crisis, reproductive health, and gun control. And we do have a crew in the Fox Theater right now, and we'll have a recap of the debate, and we'll be fact-checking the candidates tonight on Nightside at 11 o'clock.
And that isn't the only debate happening today. Several debates were held at the historic Davenport, where candidates share their stances on key issues. That includes the candidates for state superintendent. Incumbent Chris Reichdahl and Peninsula School Board member David Olson explained how they plan on dealing with student mental health, cell phone policies, and student discipline. Our Hunter Bertram explains how they plan on addressing these issues. Hunter?
Yeah, Kirsten, the candidates David Olson and the incumbent Chris Reichdahl battled it out on the debate stage today, speaking to what they believe is best for the future of education in Washington. Right off the bat during the debate, the topic of student mental health came front and center with regard to technology, funding, and accessibility in our schools. Challenger David Olson criticizing the incumbent Reichdahl's funding for school services that aid mental health.
Teachers are not trained psychologists. They need those extra supports in the class so that we can do early intervention, early identification of students that might be struggling.
Following this, Olson contributed the cell phone policy at the Peninsula School District, where he serves on the board, has significantly aided in mental health struggles. On that same line, incumbent Reichdahl saying cell phone policy should be up to the local school district.
It's local boards that make these hard decisions. So again, I want to shape the comprehensive nature of this. You are living in a state right now that has issued advanced guidance on addressing behavior in classrooms. We've given a framework for school districts to address now cell phone policy. Many of them are already out ahead of us given local control, and that's great.
Reichdahl saying moments after this, the next target on his agenda is building comprehensive educational efforts to curb the home usage of cell phones and social media, which he says is exhausting students. And as for another main topic, educational funding goes, Reichdahl continually emphasized his support of the capital gains tax, whereas David Olson did not give concrete plans for how he plans to fund Washington schools further. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. Well, a man found crawling through the ceiling at Spokane Valley City Hall prompts a slew of 911 calls. But was it considered an emergency? We'll show you the video from inside Spokane Valley City Hall, where we found out security has been ramped up because of this incident. And you'll hear from Spokane Valley business owners nearby City Hall who also made calls for help that day.
I wanted the person on the phone to decide whether I had an emergency.
We also talked to communications officers on the other end of a 911 call to hear why it's so important that you stay on the line in an emergency and how you can get the fastest emergency response. It's all a part of my special report. That's tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6.
We're looking forward to it. Kirsten, thanks for that. And still ahead, we'll tell you how you can renew your passport without leaving the comfort of your home.
And the Department of Transportation is set to tear down the last 2 pedestrian bridges in East Central, and they want your input. Learn how to share your thoughts on where the new bridges should go in less than 3 minutes. Keep it here.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Save your green!
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The new Toyotas are rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means great deals on your favorite rides with low financing available now.
This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
College students are heading back to school, but for many, the challenge isn't just in the classroom. Some are starting their days hungry.
That's why Numerica's partnering with the Community Colleges of Spokane Foundation. We need your help in funding the nonprofit's food pantry, who primarily serves ESL learners and refugees. Through September 18th, Numerica will match all donations up to $10,000.
Together, we can fill this pantry with dry goods, frozen foods, and fresh produce.
Let's nourish hope together.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that WildCares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. WildCares moves with you, even if you move out of Washington.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. What do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Next ET, Dancing with the Stars returns, plus our exclusive At Home with Eric Roberts, his wild new memoir, and alleged family feud.
Do you think she will accept your apology?
She's my sister.
Next, watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
GMA tomorrow. Get ready to laugh when Sebastian Maniscalco comes back to.
Big announcement.
Tell him, Sebastian.
Good morning, America. Let's do it.
Then Friday, it's Vince.
Oh, geez.
Vaughn on.
Good morning, America.
The Washington State Department of Transportation is planning to tear down and replace 2 pedestrian overpasses.
And this is part of the ongoing North Spokane Corridor project. The current pedestrian overpasses are on Regal Street and Custer Road. Madeline Mullins has more about why WashDOT and the neighborhood want to see these new pedestrian overpasses change.
In the East Central neighborhood, there is an interstate that runs through it, and community members hope a new pedestrian overpass helps better connect the neighborhood.
Well, it'll help we connect back into our retail centers and restaurants and stuff on the other side of the freeway here. They'll be a lot safer than they were before, easier to get across, so we're excited to see those come to the area.
The new pedestrian overpasses are part of the Washington State Department of Transportation's North Spokane Corridor project. Terrence Lynch is the engineer on that project.
So again, there were 3 bridges there in the past, and there's going to be 3 bridges there, new bridges there, when the North Spokane Corridor comes through and finishes up.
Washington State Department of Transportation is incorporating the neighborhood into the design process. Doug Trudeau is the chair of the East Central Neighborhood Council.
It'll be much nicer. I think it'll feel safer than going under it, going over it. It'll have good views of downtown and stuff like that. So we're excited to see those new assets once they're done.
The Washington State Department of Transportation wants to hear from the community about where these overpasses should go, what they look like, and if they'll match the style of the neighborhood.
So there's a couple of different options for consideration, and we want to hear from the neighborhood on which one kind of meets the theme and the desires and the visual effect at the neighborhood.
Right now, the Washington State Department of Transportation has some plans in place about the location of 2 of the 3 pedestrian overpasses, but says that is still up for discussion. It says the current overpasses will not come down until late 2025. With 4 News Now, I'm Madeline Mullins.
Here's a look at your Thursday forecast. It is going to be beautiful. We'll start the day off in the upper 40s, warming up to a high of 75 degrees, which is close to average. 73 is our average high now. Blue skies, sunshine, and just a little bit of a breeze in the afternoon with gusts to 25 miles per hour. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
In the ICU, I see patients suffering from asthma and lung disease. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution in Washington is unacceptable for my patients and their health. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Selection. Wendell Nissan has it. Altima, Frontier, Titan, Rogue. Even certified pre-owned vehicles. Cars, trucks, and SUVs. Our inventory has never been better. Great selection, great service, and great financing options. Don't delay. Visit Wendell Nissan at the Y on North Division and drive for generations.
Funny Girl is the theatrical event of the season. Entertainment Weekly raves. Funny Girl is a love letter to the big old-fashioned Broadway musical. Don't miss Funny Girl. Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts October 1st through the 6th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
How would you like a quality, reliable new ride? Well, this month, the new Findlay Downtown Honda store on 3rd Avenue is loaded with great options to choose from. From the best-selling Honda Accords to the new sporty Honda HR-V SUVs, the new Findlay Downtown Honda store is offering hot buys on some of the best vehicles made today. So stop settling for less and graduate up to a better Honda for you. And stop by the new Findlay Honda Superstore today.
When your child has asthma, every day you worry about the next attack. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution makes it out of the question for me. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Welcome back. In less than 2 hours, the journey will begin for this year's Golden Bachelorette. That is Joan Vassos, and as you can see, we have our own golden roses on the desk.
This is pretty awesome. You know, and our producer, Steven, says he actually has his own bottle of wine ready to go to watch this series premiere, so I'm pretty excited for him.
Isn't that right here on Channel 4?
8 o'clock.
Right. You don't need a streaming service, no passwords. It's absolutely free, and the whole newsroom seems to be ready to dive in.
Everyone's locked in for this. Like, everyone's fired up.
Usually at this point in the game, you will have already done your brackets if you are a Bachelor Nation bracket follower. And yeah, the wine, everything, everybody's ready.
Brackets for this. That's exciting.
See, this is a bracket that I can teach you about.
I'm going to get in on this because this sounds awesome. I'm going to be glued to the show.
I am excited for everyone involved. A golden forecast, you know, it will not be much longer until it will be dark at this time. So I wanted to take this opportunity to just check in on the beautiful day around the region. Here's the view right now of the LC Valley on the Lewiston Hill. Oh gosh, good evening. Lewiston, Clarkston looking good right now. Our friends in Sandpoint enjoying a beautiful evening. There's the Sandpoint Byway. Ooh, those fancy condos going up there. Lovely, lovely evening in progress. And it's too bad that Derek isn't here to see that we are giving a shout out to Moses Lake. Looking west here, getting ready to a little bit of a northwest. So we're missing out on the sunset, but it is really pretty there. Here's the sunset in progress in Spokane. It's 75 degrees, 72 in Coeur d'Alene right now. Temperature has been running above average today. We hit 77. 73 is our average high. Hard to imagine that it has been as warm as 98 on this day. We do have some warmer weather coming in the 7-day forecast, but I don't think we're going to be threatening any records. Tracking our weather pattern, we have a weak disturbance passing by to our north tomorrow evening. We may see an increase in clouds and our winds picking up in the afternoon with gusts to 25 miles per hour. Friday, we get into more of a northwesterly flow, so we're going to go from the mid-70s back down into the lower 70s for Friday and Saturday with slightly cooler air making its way in. Systems coming off the Pacific are not having much luck making it inland. Most of the precipitation staying to our north. Here's Saturday at 5. We do have a challenger coming in Sunday, but right now it looks like any precipitation will be over the mountains and north of the Canadian border. Potentially Sunday night, we could see a little bit of wet weather. That's why I've got a 20% chance on Sunday. I think more likely we're going to stay dry, perhaps some mountain showers late in the day on Sunday. Cool mornings across the region. Thursday morning lows will be in the 40s and 50s, 39 in Colville, the exception. High temperatures on Thursday will be running just about average. We'll be in the 70s in most locations with a few spots. Lewiston, Moses Lake, Grand Coulee, Omak getting into the 80s. Right around the Spokane area, it's 70s for everyone, including 78 in 9 Mile and Meade. 72 degrees at Spirit Lake. Your 7-day forecast, temperatures for overnight lows. I know gardeners are checking those religiously right now. We are in good shape for a frost. We are your first alert weather forecast, so we will alert you prominently if we are in danger of a frost. So stay tuned, Kirsten.
A little bit longer with those flowers. Thank you, Chris. Well, still ahead, the Federal Reserve is lowering interest rates for the first time in years. What this means for the federal government fight against inflation. That's next, right here on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Advocates are a team of dedicated
personal injury lawyers who
are prepared to go to trial.
So getting the maximum recovery amount
is the reason we never back down.
So when you're injured,
call the Advocates.
Wow. It's like we finish
each other's sentences.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months from McVeigh Brothers.
My name is Stephen, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had a large tumor in my left lung in November of 2018. We went through in 2020 doing a lot of end-of-life planning. Summit was very aggressive in my treatment of diagnosis. Since then, with my recovery, we're doing a lot of life events. I love the people there. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center. My wife calls it a miracle.
I want you to know where I stand on abortion.
Where Dave Reichert stands is clear. He spent over a decade working to take away abortion rights. In Congress, Reichert repeatedly voted for a national abortion ban and against exceptions, and time after time voted to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, Reichert says as governor, he'll work toward unraveling protections for abortion access here. Reichert is really wrong for Washington.
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Any chance you can come by my house after this and check out my system?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
I'm ready for the journey to begin. I believe that I'll find somebody that will create just another epic part of my life.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
Around the nation here tonight, for the first time in 4 years, the Federal Reserve is lowering interest rates.
They cut it by 0.5%. While that may not seem like much, it's a really big step in the federal government's fight against inflation. CNN's Karen Caifa explains.
The Federal Reserve making a more aggressive move than some had anticipated, cutting its benchmark rate by 0.5 point. And Fed Chair Jerome Powell said this is a sign of a commitment to not get behind. The Federal Reserve is trying to ease pressure on consumers, but also on businesses and keep the job market from slowing too much.
The Federal Open Market Committee decided to reduce the degree of policy restraint by lowering our policy interest rate by 0.5 percentage point.
A pivotal moment in the Federal Reserve's battle against post-pandemic inflation and for U.S. consumers squeezed by both higher prices and higher interest rates. The Fed starting to peel its key interest rate off of a 23-year high, setting the wheels in motion for consumers to eventually see relief on debt payments from credit cards to auto loans to mortgages. But that relief won't come immediately or quickly as the Fed keeps an eye on inflation and the slowing labor market to guide future decisions.
They have to look at this job market and figure out, is this a return to normal or is this a slowdown that we need to be concerned with? And I think those call for two very different policy prescriptions, and that's sort of the tricky balance that they're trying to strike at the moment.
Despite the cooling job market, data released Tuesday by the Commerce Department showed consumer spending holding up. Most economists viewing the Fed's September meeting not as an end of an era for interest rates, but the beginning of a new one.
And I think everyone agrees right now that, including the Fed officials, that interest rates are going to head much lower because that's ultimately needed to sustain a healthy rate of economic growth.
The Federal Reserve hiking interest rates 11 times starting in March 2022. The central bank's last increase was in July 2023.
The Federal Reserve also giving its latest outlook on the U.S. economy. They do expect that unemployment will tick up to about 4.4% by the end of this year, but they're also a little bit more optimistic about lowering inflation than maybe they were this summer. The Fed expects to hit that target rate of 2% by 2026. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Well, the State Department is launching a new service that will allow you to renew your passport online. It's open to adults renewing a regular 10-year passport that is expiring or has expired within the past 5 years. The agency estimates up to 5 million Americans a year will be eligible for the service. It's available on travel.state.gov. If this goes well, the State Department says it could expand to include more Americans. Right now, the processing time for passport renewals is 6 to 8 weeks, which is a historic low. Screen time before bed may not be as bad as we originally thought, but there's a catch.
Yeah, we'll explain when it starts to become a problem coming up here. Plus, more people are moving into the Garland district, but parking is hard to come by. Why some say this could lead to issues for snowplows and first responders. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month long, where you'll save up to $14,000 off MSRP on a new GMC Sierra 1500. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you?
Yeah. You. In a few years.
How?
You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Continue your education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
Introducing permanent year-round outdoor lighting.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month. New Sierra 2500 HDs amps and 3500 HDs as low as $59,878. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor with 4 News Now. When you call 911, you expect help right away. But when an intruder broke in at Spokane Valley City Hall, 911 callers say they couldn't get through.
I was on hold for a while, so I tried with another line.
I did some digging and discovered they weren't alone. More and more callers say 911 wait times are too long. What's really going on? And what could go wrong the next time you call for help? Watch my investigation Thursday on 4 News Now at 6.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Thanks for being with us here tonight. As the city of Spokane continues to grow, the need for housing does too.
Inevitably, this means more parking is needed. And in the Garland district, people are worried about how the city will make space. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yard spoke to people in that area and shares why they're concerned for their safety.
Right now, these are all open spots, but soon there will be a new apartment complex here. If you take a walk down Walton, there's another apartment complex built just a block away. And the people who live in the North Hill neighborhood are concerned about what this will mean with more people living here and less places to park.
Want to see people who love coming to Garland be able to come to Garland and not go, we're not going down there, it's too crowded.
It's a historic part of our city, has unique businesses, and is surrounded by a dense residential neighborhood. Some of those who live in it are worried whether the North Hill is growing at a pace that is too fast for its own good.
So we have to have housing for individuals, and we accept that, but we have to do it in a safe and welcoming way that answers not only to the growth, but to the individuals who already pre-existing live here.
Soon, the Garland district will have more than 100 new residential units. Some businesses are excited for the new foot traffic this will bring.
With 2 large apartment complexes, so that's going to be, more money coming into our little district.
Other business owners, like Julie Shepard, are worried if these new parking issues will deter customers.
We keep being told, this is going to bring a lot more business to Garland. What's it going to do to our regular customers that we have that won't be able to find parking?
Another point of concern is how emergency services will be able to get through some of the narrower streets in the North Hill, which already look like this when events are held in the area. For those who live in the North Hill, the lack of communication is what made all of these changes so aggravating.
We have developers coming in and they're developing Garland, but they don't even take into consideration how we feel about it.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown says she is against a plan to move liquid radioactive waste through Spokane. Originally, the waste from the Hanford nuclear site was supposed to travel through Oregon and get to Utah and Texas. Oregon raised concerns, so the new route goes through the Lilac City. The city says officials plan on doing a test run by sending 2,000 gallons of waste via truck or rail. And if successful, they would begin sending millions of gallons of waste through the area. The mayor citing safety concerns as both truck and train routes go through the heart of downtown Spokane.
Let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast and another beautiful view.
Yes, I am loving this sunset. Just gorgeous. 6:55 our sunset time, so coming right up. And just a cloudless sky. What a beautiful day. 4 things to know about your weather. Gorgeous weather is going to continue. Sunny and 70s. We are going to see the winds pick up tomorrow afternoon as well as Friday afternoon with wind gusts to 25 miles per hour. Fall officially begins on Sunday. Your Thursday planner will start the day off at 49 degrees with mostly clear skies. High temperature of 75, which is awfully close to average. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and some wildlife Wednesday photos you won't want to miss later in the news. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. And late summer is a beautiful time of year here in the Inland Northwest, as we are seeing in those live looks. Yeah. But the last decade has been known known for something pretty ugly, and that's wildfire smoke.
Yeah, something we got used to. And this year, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene are actually avoiding unhealthy air. And if that continues, it'll be the first time that's happened in a long time. So meteorologist Matt Gray is here now to tell us how this happened and if we can avoid the smoke for the rest of the season.
All right, Jordan and Kirsten, let's play a game. What were you doing 8 years ago? I know my life looked a lot different in 2016. I bet yours did too. The summer of 2016 was also the last time Spokane Clean Air says the city did not have a day with unhealthy air quality because of wildfire smoke. So what's the deal for that? So that's 24 hours, right? In other words, days like we saw after the Gray and Oregon road fires last year. No relief from smoke for full 24 hours where it averages out at unhealthy. In the last 7 years, the average for unhealthy smoke days in Spokane is 8. More than a week. And you can see some of those years like 2017, 2018 really up that average. So why has this happened this year? Why are things so quiet? Because in July, it looked like we were on the same path we have been on year after year. But then something happened in August that really changed things around. We had a big storm come in. It soaked the Cascades in British Columbia in mid-August. Even today, those fires that were burning there, some since June, they're mostly under control at this point. And another storm, it took out fires in Oregon and north central Idaho earlier this month and really helped the environment down there. Now, especially as we get into September, our winds, they often come from the north or the west. You can kind of see how that's playing out over the next couple of days. And at this point, there's just no source of smoke in that area to get pushed towards Spokane. Now, most of the fires that remain active in the northwest, they're well south of us, and even they were diminished by that rain last week. But not quite ready to close the book yet on if we are totally done with smoke for the year, and there's a good reason for that. It was only a couple of years ago we had unhealthy air quality in mid-October from smoke from fires. They just didn't go away. And 33 years ago, Firestorm 91, one of the worst wildfire days in our region's history, it was on October 16th. So here's the thing. Spokane, missed by most of the recent rains, and there are plenty of other areas from the Columbia Basin into the North Idaho Panhandle that largely got missed by that rain too. The upcoming forecast also gives me a little bit of a pause. We're looking at another 1 to 2 weeks where rain could be pretty hard to come by and temperatures look pretty warm heading into the beginning of October. So the most likely outcome is we escape 2024 without any smoke days. But for the next few weeks, just a crack, the door remains open.
Oh, thanks, Matt. It'd be a breath of fresh air if we could accomplish that. Well, Highland Elementary School in Asotin County went into a brief lockdown today because of reports of a parent with a gun. According to the Clarkston School District, a parent was seen with a gun while dropping off their child. Police responded and determined the parent had a gun across the street, which is a legal area to carry a firearm. While police investigated, the school was locked down for about 5 minutes. The district says the school's resource officer spoke with the parent about the seriousness of the situation, and the parent cooperated.
2 12-year-olds are in the hospital with serious injuries tonight after being hit by a car while riding an ATV. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, this all happened in a rural area just east of Moses Lake. Investigators say a 20-year-old rear-ended the 2 girls. They say the girls were launched off of that ATV. The girls then rushed to the hospital but were likely transferred for higher levels of care. The 20-year-old was not injured in the crash, but investigators say he was assaulted by the victim's family. As of now, no one has been arrested.
In Spokane County, a 21-year-old man was killed in a motorcycle crash on Highway 2 near Brooks Road, west of Airway Heights. Washington State Patrol says the man was speeding when he hit a car while turning onto Brooks Road. Investigators have not released the name of the victim, but say he was wearing a helmet at the time, but died at the scene. The driver of the car was not injured and is not facing any charges.
Well, Gonzaga will be featured on opening night of the college basketball season.
And it's going to be against a familiar foe.
Yeah, it was set to be one of the weaker opening nights in recent memory for college basketball, but not anymore. A look at who Gonzaga is playing, and guess what? It's going to be right across the street from our studio. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
So
So what do you think about these?
Yeah, we're going to take...
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Don't relocate, renovate. As your needs change, update your bathroom with aging and accessibility solutions designed to keep the space safe and stylish. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
When you own a home or cabin, there's nothing better than spending time on your deck. And the best place to get your decking materials is from the decking pros at Windsor Plywood. Windsor Plywood! Right now, get great end-of-season specials on closeout decking.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda.
Thank you. I've been coming here for years, and I've always felt just like family.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we've been family owned and operated for over 50 years. We pride ourselves in giving the best customer experience.
And every new car comes with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
We have some of the best selection of pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And select pre-owned Hondas come with our lifetime warranty.
Coeur d'Alene Honda with the nationwide lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Awarded Dealer of the Year and rated 4.7 on Google.
And don't forget about the lifetime warranty. Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just one day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
At American Northwest Plumbing, they do everything from service calls to bathroom remodels to new construction. They can take care of your plumbing solutions no matter what the need. They are dedicated, professional, and dependable. Call or click America Northwest Plumbing today, your one-stop plumbing shop.
Well, Washington State head coach Jake Dicker was named the Bear Bryant Awards Coach of the Week following the Cougars' big win in the Apple Cup.
And now the Cougs will set their sights on San Jose State. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us. And Julian, this is another tough game for the Cougs.
Well, Coach Dicker had a great game plan against the Washington Huskies, obviously, but he will have to continue that against San Jose State. The Spartans come into this game undefeated, so it's going to be tough, and they're led by a pair of former Cougs, quarterback Emmett Brown and offensive coordinator Chris Stutzman. With those two in charge, the Spartans have the third best offense in the Mountain West, scoring 30 points a game. Statistically, they also have the best defense in the Mountain West. So the Cougars might be favored, but if they aren't careful, they could be on the wrong end of an upset.
This is the Bay Area's best team over the last 4 or 5 years. There's no question about it. So they're defensively, they're willing to attack. They're going to get across our line of scrimmage in a hurry. There's not a lot of read and react to it. It is go. They have 10 takeaways in the first 3 games. I mean, that's hard to do.
And it's going to be the first meeting between these schools since 2018. The Cougs won that one. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Now, Gonzaga will enter the 2024 season as one of the favorites to make the Final Four. But now they know the first step in that journey. The Bulldogs will take on Baylor in the premier matchup to open the college basketball season. The game will be played on November 4th at Spokane Arena, with additional matchups in each of the following 2 seasons at neutral sites. Those are still to be determined. Now, this is a rematch of the 2021 National Championship game in which Baylor took home the title. The Bears also defeated Gonzaga back in 2022. The Bulldogs will be looking for some much-needed revenge. Both teams are expected to be ranked in the top 10 of the preseason. And Gonzaga's game against USF on March 1st will be played at the Chase Center in San Francisco. These two teams played there last year, with Gonzaga winning by 18 points. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker did not participate in practice today. His availability is still uncertain for Sunday's game against the Miami Dolphins. However, Seattle's latest roster moves are not a good sign for Walker's status. Seattle signed running back Britton Brown to the practice squad, which could be a backup plan just in case Walker doesn't return. Walker sat out last week after suffering an oblique injury during the season opener against the Denver Broncos. So if Walker can't go, expect Zach Charbonnet to get most of the reps. Charbonnet only rushed for 38 yards in the win over the Patriots, but head coach Mike Macdonald says he is hopeful the run game will soon come together.
We got to find our calling card. We got a lot of good stuff going on, but we're trying to find our sweet spot right now. So I think that's where we're at. I think we have a pretty good plan started right now during the week.
Kickoff is at 1 o'clock on Sunday in Seattle, and the Seahawks, they're looking to remain undefeated. So even with some of the injuries, they're 2-0, playing a shorthanded Miami team, maybe on their way to 3-0. They were projected at 7.5 wins to start the season. I'd say they're on pretty good pace to surpass that.
Yeah, they're off to a pretty good start. And Miami's without their starting quarterback and Tua as well.
Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa, another concussion, so he's going to be out for a while. Hope he's okay, but it's good news for the Seahawks because that means better chances they win.
I think it's just exciting to be in football season.
Yeah.
Finally.
This is what I live for.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right, Julian, thank you for that. Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends 0 screen time in the hour before kids go to bed to ensure that they sleep well.
But a new study found that screen time before bed might not be as bad as previously thought. So researchers say they found no interference with sleep in kids using devices in the 2 hours before bed. But the study's lead author says once kids are in bed, screens and sleep start vying for the same slice of time, and that's where a negative impact on their sleep creeps in. How they use the device also mattered. So the study found that using devices in interactive ways, like gaming, was worse for sleep than using them for passive activities like watching movies.
Pick of the night, actually not pick of the night, Wildlife Wednesday. It is Wildlife Wednesday, and here's just a preview of some of the photos I have for you from our friend Nora Jen. She shared this gorgeous reflection shot from Banks Lake of a great blue heron. Thank you for the beautiful picture, Nora. I've got more Pleasure Forecast after the break.
If I saw another 61-year-old woman looking for love, I'd be like, you deserve it. I deserve it too. I believe that I'll find somebody that will create just another epic part of my life.
I believe in love at first sight. I just wanted to hold her hand the whole time we were talking.
I feel really excited for this journey to begin. Please, please, please.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. For over 90 years, our family has been remodeling homes in eastern Washington and northern Idaho. We sell the very best products in composition and metal roofing, the energy-efficient Coeur d'Alene windows, and our unlimited selection of maintenance-free siding options. And during our anniversary sale, you can choose up to $2,500 off on select packages or 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Isn't looking for extra ways to save some money these days, right? I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my Ascend checking account. It's a free account that offers 3.5% of your average monthly balance. That can feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but it also has all the best features of a checking account. What's not to love?
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Farming has always been a crucial part of the Inland Northwest. The Washington Association of Wheat Growers is proud to recognize the backbone of our economy.
Across the state of Washington, wheat farmers continue to rise to the challenges of the times. We improve our soil health while sequestering carbon. We rely on a complex but efficient transportation system that continues to improve every year while producing a high-quality product that is consumed throughout the world.
A tribute for our great Inland Northwest farmers. Brought to you by the Washington Association of Wheat Growers.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
Well, we wait all week for this night.
Highly anticipated. Chris?
I love it. Although the weather is so beautiful, I can't decide which is more exciting. But I do have some tremendous wildlife photos to share with you. And I want to start off with this big old bull moose from Jimmy Murphy. And Jimmy says this big old bull moose is taking flowers to his girlfriend. He's got a mouthful there. Probably he's just having an afternoon snack, but I called him Romeo Moose because I do like the idea of, but boy, what a healthy, gorgeous bull moose. Now, here's another one with a mouthful, a little Pika in the Selkirks from Marcia Marine, and she says she watched these little darlings for hours getting grass and flowers and different things to store for winter. They are getting ready for winter. Those little, God, they're so sweet, living up there in the mountains. And then this next one almost had a mouthful of Mark Vogt, but he didn't. No, because Mark knows his way around bears. And first of all, he said, do not try this at home. He said he did not particularly enjoy this encounter because they were out in the wide open and got a little too close. This bear spotted Mark. And if you could see, he has got eyes right on Mark and was walking directly toward him to check him out. And that's when Mark, because he is, knows what he's doing, gave him the "you get," real loud, authoritative voice, telling this bear to beat it. And he said, luckily, this bear was pretty small. He doesn't look small, Mark. And he took off and ran up a tree. So, again, don't try this at home. I think my voice would not be anywhere near. Please, oh, bear. Here's a look at your hourly forecast for tomorrow because it is going to be a beautiful day. I want you to see every hour of this gorgeous day. 51 degrees at 7. We'll already be in the 60s at 10 o'clock, warming up nicely into the 70s by 1 o'clock. Winds will pick up again tomorrow afternoon. Actually, a day very much like what we saw today. High of 75, just a little above average. On our satellite and radar, here is the system that brought a few sprinkles to Spokane and a little bit more rain, but not a lot for the Palouse, the LC Valley. It is moving off to the north and east. Another system that was working its way down the coast is continuing to sink off to the coast, and we are going to be left with no weather systems coming through for a little while. We'll have some brushing by to our north that may bring us some clouds Saturday. Sunday late in the day, we do have a chance of showers. It is the first day of fall. Fall starts early in the morning on Sunday, and then some warmer weather next week. We'll be up in the upper 70s again Tuesday and Wednesday. Overnight lows through the forecast in the 40s and even in the 50s, Jordan.
Yeah, it seems like we're really easing our way into fall with these temperatures. All right, well, hey, I'm not much of a traveler, but I have been told Greece is the place to go if you do go to Europe. And if you're like me and don't want to get on a plane this weekend, you can stick around town to experience Greece.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church is hosting the 88th annual Greek Festival, and it all kicks off tomorrow. Our Allison Martinez shares what the event means to the Greek community and beyond.
Today I'm at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church, and we're giving you a sneak peek of all the fun you can expect at the Greek Festival. There's food, dancing, and so much more.
You're never gonna get bored at the Greek festival. There's so much to do.
A taste of Greece right in your backyard. For 88 years, local Greeks have poured their heart and soul into the annual festival.
It just takes a lot of hands and a lot of coordination to get it all together.
Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church is a safe haven for many local Greeks. This weekend, the church opens its doors to everyone.
It makes me very happy because it feels like a home away from home.
Food, music, and dancing are pillars of the Greek culture, all of which are shared through another Greek principle.
Hospitality is really core to the Greek culture. It's core to our faith and our understanding. There's a term philoxenia in Greek, which is love of the stranger, but really it means hospitality.
The festival runs tomorrow through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you're planning on attending, you can find more details on our website, kxly.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Love that festival. Thank you, Allison. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This fall, make your home a cozy retreat filled with comfort and style when you shop at Walker's Furniture and Mattress. You'll find your favorite brands in stock at prices you'll love. Plus, take advantage of special 5-year financing at Walker's.
The new Toyotas are rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means great deals on your favorite rides with low financing available now.
This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Introducing permanent year-round outdoor lighting. Heating, cooling, and electric.
I want you to know where I stand on abortion.
Where Dave Reichert stands is clear. He spent over a decade working to take away abortion rights. In Congress, Reichert repeatedly voted for a national abortion ban and against exceptions, and time after time voted to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, Reichert says as governor, he'll work toward unraveling protections for abortion access here. Reichert is really wrong for Washington.
How would you like a quality, reliable new ride? Well, this month, the new Findlay Downtown Honda store on 3rd Avenue is loaded with great options to choose from. So stop settling for less and stop by the new Findlay Honda Superstore today.
This week on Svengoolie,
it looks as if we have a real live vampire on our hands.
A vampire and Carl Kolchak.
Very funny.
Darren McGavin stars in The Night Stalker on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
I'm Chad Young from the EasyHomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With the EasyHomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
4 News Now is brought to you in part by the Mustard Seed.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the Washington gubernatorial candidates Bob Ferguson and Dave Reichert are going head-to-head inside of the Fox Theater tonight in their second of 2 debates taking place this month. We'll have a full recap of the debate, and we'll be fact-checking the candidates tonight at 11 o'clock.
One final look at your 7-day forecast. Beautiful afternoons in the 70s right on through the forecast. Occasional clouds passing through. Fall officially starts Sunday.
It's already here. I can't believe it.
I know. I tell you what, you look outside and see that it's dark right now, then you'll believe it.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to miss those 90-degree days. At least I am.